Hello, guys. Me and Mike are doing special here today. He's on the phone, on
Hey, what's up,
speakerphone.
everybody?
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about it's a new series. It's kind of be a funny sports talk show kind of vibe. For this one, we're gonna talk about the recent World Series with the Red Sox beating the Dodgers. And what sparked this was that I saw an article from the Detroit Free Press saying, "Congratulations, the 2014 Detroit Tigers won the World Series." And I'm just like, what the hell? And
They're just giving themselves too much credit, man. I'm not on the side of the Detroit Tigers. They're so bad.
Well, it's kind of, because...
It's kind of a mixed bag. They get some success, but playoffs, they're not as good as they could be.
Well, wasn't 2014 when Jim Leland was still was their manager?
Yeah, dude. I think so.
Yeah. So
I was just really impressed with the Red Sox this year. They just had every single position with great players, loaded with talent.
Yeah.
It was incredible stuff. One of the better teams I've ever seen. They won 4 titles in this century, and the Tigers have yet to win one.
The last one the Tigers won was 1984, so...
Long time ago.
Kind of, but better than
1984, if you've heard of it.
Better than a lot of other teams, really. Once you think about it. And they've been to 2 World Series in this decade, they just didn't win, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
They're just not ready for it yet.
Well, no, and they're definitely not ready for it now, but they were close a few times with Leland. It's just, it's just shit happens, But yeah, because they said that because Rick Porcello, Ian Kinsler, David Price, and J.D. Martinez, they were members of the 2014 Detroit Tigers, so they played together for the very least one season. At the very least. So it's kind of ironic to see, it kind of reminds me of
Don't get me wrong, the Tigers had a lot of players on that team and they should feel proud, but David Price played on the Toronto Blue Jays too, and nobody remembers that until right now.
The Rays. He was the Rays guy for a long time.
He played for the Blue Jays too.
Yeah.
Right after he played for the Tigers. You're forgetting, son.
Yeah, well,
I watched this on one of the sports programs last night on the MLB channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and it kind of reminds me of, if you take away the Tigers, players...
You take away the Tigers players, Boston doesn't win the title. But you could say that about pretty much any team that has players contributed to Boston's squad.
Well, that can be applied to anything, though. For example, let's compare, LeBron with the Cavaliers and Jordan with the Bulls. Now, if you take Jordan away from the Bulls, they wouldn't have 2 dynasties, but they probably could have gotten maybe a title.
Yeah, who knows, man?
But
it's all alternate history. But
yeah, but with Cleveland,
I think in baseball, one player can't make as much of an impact as one player in basketball can.
Oh yeah, well it's a shorter amount, it's smaller rosters, and it's kind of...
Dude.
Yeah.
I was playing Madden, and I played 3 games, and only 1 out of 3 went the entire game. I won all 3 games. But this other kid quit, and one kid turned off his Xbox, so...
Yeah, it does. Probably the best team sport, I think, is really football, really, if you think about it.
Football has the most team players.
Yeah, probably... I think basketball is the one with the most... Basketball can be a team sport. It just hasn't been in the last few years. Really.
No, that's not true. There are teams that are incredibly good, like the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, they're a great example of how to make a dynasty right there.
Consider that LeBron leaving the Cavaliers shows that they weren't as good of a team when it comes to chemistry.
Oh no, because once LeBron left, they completely fell apart. It wasn't even close. Like I said, it's not like if Jordan wasn't part of the Bulls could still be good. With Cleveland, either it's all LeBron or nothing,
Nobody could prove that about the Bulls, but I have reason to believe your word for it.
Yeah, and that's kind of thing with the Red Sox is that they were definitely a solid team. Even if you take away the Tigers players, they probably still would have gotten to the World Series. Would they have beaten the Dodgers? I don't know.
No, I don't think you could take a single player from Boston. I disagree with you, Fen, because their entire team was just stacked at every position. So not only did none of their players have to be the best, they all could just play with no pressure, and that's kind of why the free agents that were misfits could succeed with Boston's lineup. It's because they had so much depth. That's my opinion.
Yeah, true. I mean, depth is very important. I mean, especially in baseball when you're going like that fucking 18-inning game. I mean, holy shit.
Pitching depth in particular is really important, and they had pitching depth.
Oh yeah, they did. I mean,
even when they lost the one game, and then the sports writers started saying the Dodgers have a chance, and the Boston is running out of pitching depth, which is what I read on ESPN.
Yeah.
They still bounced back, and Kelly and Chris Sale and the rest of their pitchers are really good. Even the ones that didn't play for the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
Consider that David Price had one of his best outings. You could call it a fluke and say that his team helped him more than some other contributing factors.
Yeah.
But then you could also say his early playoff performances were because of really bad teams, which is kind of true, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, all right,
There's a lot of hypotheticals in sports.
Yeah.
What about the NHL?
The NHL, I don't know much. I know the Red Wings are struggling. I kind of follow...
Red Wings they don't even have one captain. They have assistants.
Well, I mean, they had a long playoff stretch. They went 30 straight years to the playoffs.
Considering hockey, one player can pretty much turn around a franchise.
Yeah, definitely.
The Gretzky trade, though, to the LA Kings, it didn't work, really.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of thing with that's hockey. I'm a little rough at. I think it's because out of the four sports, hockey was the only one I didn't play in high school. So I'm a little more unfamiliar with it than the other three. But yeah, I think with hockey you definitely need, you need team chemistry in hockey though. I mean, you need to have players' backs, because hockey's really the only sport where refs will allow fighting to a degree, which is pretty BA if you think about it.
It's pretty tough to play hockey. Hey,
oh yeah.
Everyone in the comments should let us know what their favorite sport is and what we should talk about in our next episode.
Oh yeah. We've talked about names for the show. We're kind of going with sports BS right now. Right now for the moment. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll probably, and we're just going to be riffing on sports and talk about in general, just from fans' perspectives.
Hey, I think maybe the next episode we'll talk about probably the Super Bowl, which is coming up pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Any early predictions, Mike?
Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. I don't know if they'll win, though.
And who do you think will play them?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, that would be a cool matchup. Of course, being...
Instead of that matchup, it's the Carolina Panthers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. I don't know. Steelers had a very dramatic, very drama-filled season. I don't know if they'll be able to put enough focus in to make a run for it. But
hey, I'm a Steelers hater, but I have to admit their running game is still solid with James Conner.
Oh yeah, he's doing great.
Incredible story too. He had a disease, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I mean, shout out to James Conner. I'm really excited to see the Lions versus the Vikings game because I live around Detroit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And oh yeah. This Lions and Seahawks.
They could potentially take the first place from the Vikings, I think.
Oh yeah. If they can make up for that Seahawks loss though, that was rough.
I think there was a bullshit call with one of the drop catches that the Seahawks got away with, to be honest. But
I'm gonna be honest.
It's just going on what Tiki Barber said and the other announcer said.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is actually the first game of the season I didn't watch.
Actually, it was Rondé Barber.
Didn't watch actually, and I've been watching the Lions pretty well this year, but just crazy yesterday. Couldn't watch it, so I just caught with Stafford actually performed well, but they abandoned the running game. I mean, Johnson only had like 8 carries for 22 yards. That's ridiculous. That guy has to be getting much more carries, at least 20. Because I understand
they just panicked. You know, they couldn't get the big runs later on, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit too.
Well, their new acquisition, their tackle, Harrison, he did great. He had like 7 tackles and a sack, so he did what the most he could do.
You can't always rely on these role players to just play full time. You gotta have young guys coming in and substituting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and granted, I don't know how much prep time he had before the game, but I mean, going to a new team is like a huge change, especially when you go from New York Giants to the fucking Detroit Lions. That's a whole new ball game right there, really.
Yeah, dude, I gotta be honest, I wasn't really focused on the NFL, and I didn't watch the entire Lions game.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it.
But still, it was good stuff.
I just looked up the stats, but yeah, I think the Lions, if they can just, they're looking good. They might make a playoff run. I don't really. It'll be tough. It's very close this year in the division, so it's going to be tough.
Packers just aren't that great.
Oh no,
what I think is the toughest division in football?
What?
It's probably the AFC West.
Oh yeah, with the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chiefs, Raiders, in the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're forgetting about the Chargers. Those are probably a secret sleeper that maybe they can make a playoff run. I don't know about a Super Bowl run, but their offense is really clicking for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, that's the thing about the
quarterback is consistent, although not great.
Oh, Phillip Rivers. Rivers has always been a great quarterback. The problem with the Chargers, they never got off the playoff hump. They never really got over that. And
I don't know if he will reach the Super Bowl again, but if not, he still has had a stellar career.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been to a Super Bowl actually. Phillip Rivers.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, the Chargers were.
No, he hasn't been to a Super Bowl.
No, but who knows? I mean, he might. I mean, it has been done before. There have been guys who have gone to the Hall of Fame without a ring. I mean, Dan Marino went to the Hall of Fame and he never won a Super Bowl. He only been to one and he got killed in it.
Didn't Dan Fouts also
Dan Fouts
go to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I don't know if he was in. Chargers were in a Super Bowl in the early 90s against the 49ers. They lost, of course, but...
Yeah, but I don't think Dan Fouts was their quarterback then. He never went to a Super Bowl personally.
Yeah, but he was good. It's just... The NFL is just so fucking competitive. I mean, it's probably, in my opinion...
Not every team can win a championship or become a dynasty. You know?
Yeah,
even good teams get left out.
Oh yeah, and I'll say this without question. I firmly believe that the NFL is probably the most competitive sports leagues in America. In all honesty,
the NBA is catching up. MLB's pretty good, but yeah, the NFL has something to it. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
we'll see what happens in the years to come, but
yeah,
this is 2K18, man.
Yeah, I think for Super Bowl, I think it's very early, but I think for NFC, it's tricky. It's very early, but I like to think. Think
about the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, New Orleans Saints. Yeah, I think.
The NFC has contenders.
Oh yeah, I think. You know what? I might go with you. I think Philadelphia might repeat actually, because I mean, they're just so stacked, and they're riding high. I mean, Carson Wentz. I mean, I think Philadelphia might go all the way. I haven't followed them, but I think that they have the right vibe for it. But you never know.
What's interesting about it is the vibe is more positive than with the 2000 Ravens, because the quarterback that won the Super Bowl, although he's not playing for them, he's still on the team, or he was, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just had a different feel to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Oh, the 2000 Ravens, man, they shot themselves in the foot when they got rid of Trent Dilfer. He was like the legit perfect quarterback for them, you know?
I feel you, man, but it's a morale thing, you know? Yeah. He had good morale. Nick Foles and Carson Wentz have that morale.
Yeah, and I'll give Nick Foles this. He's the only quarterback I saw. I mean, I understand quarterbacks who want to lead their own team after, being successful in that team, but he's being a good sport about it and about going back to the bench after leading them to a championship. And not just any team, the fucking Eagles. The Eagles. So, so I think he's being a good sport about it. So,
dude, that's what you have to do. You're a professional, man. You do your job, man. I admire it too.
Yeah, so...
Do you think... I forgot what I was going to say. Do you think that in the NFL, how many teams do you think are going to contend for the Super Bowl?
Oh, boy. Man.
How many teams can actually win it this year? And then you should probably name them off.
Oh, jeez. You know what?
I go first.
Okay.
Alright, so I'd say, on average, most years, there's probably only 5 or 6 teams that can win the title. Okay?
Yeah.
And if I had to say this year, I think the New Orleans Saints can win the title, the Philadelphia Eagles can win the title, the Carolina Panthers can win the title. I mean...
Oh, actually, Philadelphia... I have to look at the standings, but Rams are still 8-0.
The Rams are 8-0. I can't believe I forgot about the Rams.
Yeah, so I think Philadelphia can easily do it. I'm going to pick, for my teams, 6 teams, because it's 4 division winners and 2 wild cards. I'm going to pick the Eagles. Redskins, they're 5-2 right now, but...
I don't think the Redskins are a serious contender. They're kind of... probably going to be shaky in the playoffs, and Adrian Peterson will probably be rusty by then.
Yeah, I think Saints and Panthers probably are looking pretty strong. I think Saints will win the division, but I think Panthers will get the wild card. I think Rams will win the West, but I think the wild card...
What about the AFC?
AFC,
I think the only serious contenders in the AFC are probably the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, I'll look at that, but for the North, for the NFC, I think the Vikings will win it. Actually, I think the Lions will get the wild card. The Lions getting the wild card isn't that much of a stretch because they have the tools. Game against Minnesota. If they win that game, that'll push them really high up in morale. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For the AFC East, I think Patriots, will probably win the division, but I think Dolphins could give them a ride for their money, because they're...
Look, I don't think the AFC East is likely to not go to the Patriots, but the Dolphins still have a shot. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think Dolphins have a shot, but Steelers. I think Bengals will actually. I think Steelers will. I think Bengals are going to steal it from the Steelers. I think their Bengals are going to sneak in and win the division. I think Steelers will get the wild card though. I think for the South, I think Texans win it, no question, because Titans, Colts, and Jaguars are just looking super rough at this moment.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think Chiefs will probably win the West, and Chargers.
Do you think the Chiefs are a serious contender? The Chargers are a serious contender in the West?
Well, definitely.
which do you think is a better contender, Chiefs or Chargers?
Chiefs, without a doubt. I think Chiefs are just more balanced. I think Chargers have always been more of an offensive team. They never really been known for their defense, and I think that's continuing now. I think Chiefs are more balanced out.
Bro, I think the Chiefs just have such a good running game that they're a little bit too conservative. And honestly, if I had to pick who'd win the division right now, it looks like the Chargers are going to regain the momentum and win the division. But the Chiefs are still somehow more of a contender. But I don't know if they'll win the Super Bowl, so I'm not likely to pick the Chiefs, although they do have odds just from being in the playoffs. I think the best contender in the AFC, if it's not the Steelers, is the Chargers or the Ravens.
Yeah, I think for my Super Bowl matchup, I think I'm going to go with Rams and Chiefs, in all honesty. They just look so dominant. And
what about NFC? Go back to that, and then we'll switch to another sport.
Rams, I think Rams will dominate the NFC, but I think teams that will give them a run for their money, I think
Saints and the Panthers, right?
Saints and Panthers, definitely.
I played Madden so much with Cam Newton, and the Panthers just have so much success running the ball with him. I know they're going to be at least in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, this may sound incredibly biased, but I think Lions might be a sleeper if they do make it to the playoffs, because I think they would have to fight so hard to get there that I think they'll be bad already. Kind of like the Giants were when they went to the Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, man. Any team that makes the playoffs has some chance. That's why Kansas City gets a little bit of a bump, but I don't think they're really in the Super Bowl.
So how about...
I think they're not a contender at all. They're just a pretender. The Kansas City Chiefs are.
Oh, man. So, most disappointing team so far in this year in each conference?
Most disappointing are the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Buccaneers. Those are the ones I can think of.
For me, definitely the Jaguars. That is hugely disappointing. For NFC, I think...
Did you hear about Cleveland just fired his coach?
I feel bad... I feel bad
I
for him.
I don't feel bad for him. He won 3 games.
Yeah, but he went through so much shit to try to build that team up. I mean, that isn't an easy team to build up. They've been a shithole for a long time.
3 games, though. I just can't get over that. To be honest, he'll probably have a better chance somewhere else than Cleveland. So let's just move on with the next topic. How about that?
Yeah, and I'm just going to say for NFC quickly, I think for me, the NFC most disappointing team is the Falcons, actually, because they should be, even though it's a tough division, 3-4, come on. I mean, you're much better than that.
They just haven't had anything going for them, really. The NFC is stacked, and they have 2 solid teams in their division, but you still expected them to win some of the games that they lost.
Yeah.
I don't remember every game. I couldn't watch them all, but I was just watching SportsCenter. I thought, man, the Falcons could have won some games, and they don't have a great record right now. Do you know what the record is? I can look it up for you right now.
They're 3-4. Falcons are.
Yeah, dude. Like, for a team that was in the Super Bowl not too long ago, they have higher aspirations. But for a team like the hometown Detroit Lions, they're looking at a 3-4 record, and they're not feeling as bad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, but it's crazy. So, like...
What about the Seattle Seahawks as a sleeper team in the NFC?
Oh, Seattle Seahawks could do it.
Some momentum, and they have a good running game.
Oh, yeah, Seahawks could do it. It's just, I just feel like between, like, the Panthers and the Eagles, either the Eagles or the Redskins, whoever wins that one, I feel like those teams were going to fill out that wild card spot. So I feel like the Seahawks are going to have to just go on an unbelievable win streak to try to reclaim it all, really, in all honesty.
Honestly, Finn, you know what we need to do?
What?
Is we need to make a separate video to do playoff predictions once all the playoffs are set in stone. And do that for NFL and maybe do that for NBA or something, and college predictions. What about that?
I'm not familiar with college, but football...
College football, do you know know about college football?
Yeah, definitely. Basketball, I'm more rough in basketball, but football, I do.
Okay, so we'll make a March Madness bracket, and we'll do NCAA playoff bracket. College football playoff is on Saturday, December 29th.
Yeah,
we should make a video that day.
We'll make that the next episode to this one. We'll just keep them all under one show so it doesn't get too like all over the place, you know?
Yeah, dude, but just that day we should make a video and just talk about some stuff.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely do that.
I'm sure people will like it. Leave us a comment if you like it.
Yeah.
I'm getting off topic, dude.
That's okay. But yeah, we started with the World Series and just kind of rolled off there, which is fine. I think for the other genres, leagues, NHL we've talked about quite a bit of. MLB we talked, of course, and then NBA we talked. We talked about all of them, really.
We didn't talk about any of them as in depth as NFL, but that's
true.
The NFL.
True.
In the heat of the moment, the World Series just ended. We're not going to talk about baseball as much.
And hockey and basketball are really just starting. But I will say this, the Pistons are off to a great start, though.
Oh, I think so, man, but who knows?
It's still early, of course, so you can't be sure. But, man, that Blake Griffin game when he scored like 50 points, holy shit. We just got woke.
I'm really impressed with the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Their performance every year is good, but who knows if they'll be able to carry it to the.
No, they built their team the right way. They developed players over time, and sure, they got a free agent like Kevin Durant or whatever, but that's after they got successful. They built their team from the ground up. I respect that a lot, and because of that, they're gonna last a long time because of it. Not
they
like.
don't have a song called "F Kevin Durant" for no reason. He's a good player. And they have songs about every good player,
yeah.
Man. So lots of these players are in rap songs. You know, Melvin Ingram of the Los Angeles Chargers was in a rap video I saw recently.
Yeah.
You know, Deshaun Jackson was in a rap video with Snoop Lion, a.k.a. Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
he plays for the Redskins right now.
Snoop Lion. I'll never get over that, dude. Come on, you're Snoop Dogg.
He actually got to practice with the USC, Southern California Trojans.
That's cool, man. The Trojans. Oh man, that's college football. So who do you think's going to win college football?
I don't know, but it's not looking like Ohio State has the momentum it used to have, and a lot of Ohio State fans are in my area because I'm close to Ohio, but let's consider that Ohio State hasn't looked as good as they looked last year, even if they do win against the University of Michigan, which I think might happen.
It'll be close, without a doubt.
They're still not going to win the national title, I don't think, this year. It's probably going to be either Clemson, Alabama, or somebody else that sneaks up into the fray.
I think Michigan will sneak in at 4, though. I think if they win out, they can sneak in.
That's a bold prediction, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Well, they got four teams left. They have Penn State. Then
I had to throw that reference in. Dodgeball was my favorite movie, but Penn State is pretty good.
Yeah, but I think they can handle them. It'll be tough, but I think they can handle them. And then Maryland and Indiana, which they should handle very well.
What about Notre Dame? I thought Notre Dame was pretty smart to change quarterbacks when they did. Notre Dame can win out too. So I think personally, Notre Dame and Michigan are getting a top 4. I don't think top 2, but top 4. I think Alabama and Clemson, like you mentioned, I think they'll be in the top 2. So I think those 4 teams are going to make it in my opinion. But it's still early, so anything can happen. Who knows?
Yeah, but yeah, we've been talking for almost half an hour, bro.
Yeah, dude, if you want to just end it, we'll do another video some other time.
Yeah, we talked about a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed our opinions. If you have your own opinions or you want to continue discussion, leave some comments. If you have any topics you want to hear talked about, leave a comment too. We're not doing these kind of like every week kind of deal. They're just kind of whenever we get the chance, whenever something sprouts our interest or whatever. So keep that in mind. But we hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.